Yo, all right. Today is March 23rd, 2025. I am going to do a quick review of this month's price action. Um, you know that at the beginning of the month, the first day, I really botched up the entire account, um, losing about $900 in profit, a little bit more. I was able to recover almost, actually more than about half of that, more than half of that. So I got the account back up to less than 500 down now. It's basically just looking for certain setups, either absorption or continuation based on the levels that are hit, and just being more patient. Not taking the first go of it, the first crack of the trade, looking for confluence on NQ and VIX to justify my entry. Like, if I'm trying to get this buy here, I need to make sure that ES and VIX, NQ and VIX are at a certain level that shows that there's buying or an area where price would bounce. So this would be a valid entry. Getting into here, stop loss a little bit lower. And the other things also, going back to stop loss, is that my stop loss has been pretty wide. So there was a time on, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, where I hit the $100 stop loss limit that I put on my account, which I did adjust to 125 because I was in the trade that I really felt was good. It would have been my one and only trade, but I did hit the $100 account loss limit, which equivalents to $1,000 times 10. So I'm going to just try to quickly go through some of these trades to see if they're at absorption levels, at buying levels, something that sticks out to say that, okay, I should be in this trade or I should not be in this trade. So I'm gonna give myself about a 20 to 30 minute time to do as much as I can, as far as data being eaten up on my account, for my website, for my internet, and then I'll complete the rest later. So let's do this. 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Alright, so we got two timers, one for 30, one for 10. So I'm going to start with the latest and just work my way backwards. So, and then I have this here. The date, direction, absorption, continuation, based on the higher time frames, and then it's a volume. Was there volume on the higher time frame? Was it a strong move from one of those higher time frames? Was it a retest? Was it a retest for absorption, or was it a continuation from a buying area, right? So I will probably be getting another absorption, and then NQ and VIX confirmation. So first one was this one here. So we got let's copy and paste that. This one was going long. So long. Let's go to 10 13. And I would use, I'll try it. Hopefully it doesn't slow down the charts. Alright, so I'll try on demand, because sometimes it just doesn't want to load. Doesn't want to load properly. So pause it. We're gonna go to but if it can go a little faster, to make life a lot easier. 21, 10, 13, 100 hour, boom. Okay, let's see what if it can load. Hopefully. All right, 10 13. All right, so we're going long. So, and then the other things is, it's just when I'm changing. So I have to go from the 1 hour down. So 1 hour first, or 4 hour down actually. 4 hour probably won't count because the 4 hour is probably still settling. That goes to 13, right? So we'll go to the 1 hour. All right. Okay, we got absorption. We got absorption. We got a 1 hour absorption on both ES and NQ. VIX not so much, but we got an absorption. Okay. So in absorption. So now we're looking for a retest, right? So I'm gonna mark my candle here, and then we also do have an FVJ, a fair value gap sign here. That's kind of confirmed like something's happening here. That's really why I got it there. We do have selling potential. All right, so we got that, and I'm gonna mark it on VIX. So this is the one we're looking for. This is absorption. All right, so let's go to the 30-minute. I got absorption on the 30-minute as well. Got absorption on the 30-minute. Got absorption on all 30 minutes. So absorption, yeah. All right, got absorption on the 30-minute. And then we want to see what the volume looks like. All right, so let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's be nice. Okay, there's no, well, it's somewhat shifting, but it's not there yet, right? It's a shift. It's not there, right? This is the shift, right? So maybe we'll get another shift later, but that's maybe later on we do get more, but that's just a shift. 30 minutes. 30 minutes, we do have buying. Got buying here. Okay. Yeah, so we got buying. So volume, 30 minutes, right? Buy 30 minutes. I just put this is the direction I'm trying to go. Let's go to the and we do have a strong move out. All right, strong move out, 30-minute. Kind of doing this on the fly. We do have confluence with VIX so far. What's going on? 15 minutes. 15 minutes also got absorption. Right. Got 15-minute absorption. We did get buying, right? We got buying. We got some buying. Yeah, we got buying on it. That one there, not so much. So I like this buying here. All right, we look like we're also going to retest that area. So we got 15-minute buying. With a 30-minute strong move out, somewhat. On the 15-minute, it's like a strong move out-ish, right? We'll call it that because price did move out of that, and then look like we are getting a retest. We're gonna see it on the 5-minute. All right, so now, all right, we're not gonna count the 5-minute volume, but we are gonna look for where the heck this thing started off on the 5-minute. All right, and I think we know our thing probably started somewhere in here. So with this candle here, and this candle here, we got another absorption. We got a sell right here. All right, so we got a lot going on. All right, so it's like, how do I mark this? I don't see anything here for me to mark. I don't see a key candle, but we are getting a retest. Yes, we're getting a retest. All right. So I'm gonna come and mark this one here. All right, and then I'm gonna mark these two here. All right, and let's go to the 1-minute. All right. and this is where I entered at. And you see how wide that is. So 5661, yeah, right here. Probably stop loss was probably way down here. So about that, and I was aiming for a lot higher prices. So maybe something like this. All right, coming out of that, looks like it's holding. Do get like a small trend line. Okay. So price was just moving high, so we did not get a trend break, but we did get a retest of the absorption area. This was the key level. This one was never tested, and I think that probably helped form it. All right, let's see if price comes back to it later on. So, but we're able to still capitalize on this trade, but it wasn't the best trade. All right. There was somewhat of NQ influence, but it wasn't there yet. All right. And this was quite a witching, so it was kind of hard to actually see what was going on. So, and then we went to 23. So let's see what price did all the way up to 23. So we're going to jump actually up 10. All right, so all right, that's 10 minutes. Let's repeat that one. All right. So price broke out, came back down. Could have probably really managed that there like this. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. Let's see here. All right, so we were probably broke out of this. No, because I entered at 13, so this was still happening. All right, so I like this right here, but it was still setting up, so I probably needed to wait for the 5-minute. This would have been still a good trade from there. I think I entered this early because I didn't want to enter so far down. We're still fighting this sell up here. Alright, so that's basically it. Okay, levels were good. Could have probably did a little better. Let's see how price finished off. I know price did really move. Let's go to the 12-minute, 12 hours, the 12th hour, and 30 minutes. I believe price moved after that, came back one more time. Let's see if we came back and retest that area down there at the bottom. No, we came and made a higher point up here, but VIX did go back lower and retested. VIX wasn't moving as high. I think I had some levels above, and then we had strong buying here at 12 o'clock. I think my goal was at 90 or 88. That was my goal. So price came all the way back down to my entry and then moved up. Let's go to the 1 minute. Would we have gotten anything? Alright, so we got no, not much. Not much, but it's showing that something's there. Let's go to the 15-minute. Alright, holding above that level, and NQ is ES is holding something here, right? So yeah, we would definitely deal with that. Let's go to the 30-minute. Got a higher absorption. Price down. Price is holding this for dear life. we see that this 1 hour absorption area became important. Remember I said that this one didn't have anything. Look how we came back down to it. That was probably where my entry was, and then we just went, right? So, and then VIX and Q held the top part of it, and then found some buyers and then some more. All right, so now let's just go back to the 5-minute. All right, and then we can say, and we can see how price is reacting. We can see that we hold initial balance, how we held initial balance there, and how VIX held the lower part of the extremities. So could have entered at this candle here going forward right here. Probably ended like that. So 12 points to make 29 to 30 points. All right, so just gotta have that set, that mindset that, you know, I'm gonna be risking more. All right, this is not too bad of a trend line. All right, I could make it tighter like that, but I like this one here. Either or, I like this here. Matches well with that. Probably right here. This is popping out, right? And then just run it. And then probably VIX is doing something similar. Alright, so that was that one. I'm not sure how much my brain can take. Let's go to 1008. 1008, I did try a long at 1008. Let's see, where was that 1008 trade? That one got stopped out immediately. I think I rushed that one. Yeah, see, we're in the middle of kind of like nowhere. I think VIX have better areas. I probably needed it to come down. So I probably suffered that loss because of that. Didn't allow price to really move. Let's go to the 1 minute. Only for the load. Okay, that one loads. Alright, so I didn't have anything that's saying I should buy. There's no buying volume here. Well, I don't use this. So let's go back to the 5-minute. Did I have any buying volume prior? Alright, there's no volume for buying. You can see it's dead. See, it's dead. Alright, so there's no buying volume, but we did have everything else in stock. I should put time also. Everything else was there. So the idea was good. Everything was there. We had all that retest. We have the prior strong confluence of where we're going. It's just that I didn't have the buying, right? So if we go back to that 1230, we're looking at earlier. I'll put to the 13 hour. So 13 hour. Alright, we can see that here we got buying volume. Alright, here buying volume is way up there at the top. We got buying volume down here. This could have been the trade, right? But wait for my 30-minute buying volume. This right here, buying volume, right? This is where I was getting that 1013 one, and it was setting up, right? At 5-minute buying volume is like so on point. Boom, it was setting up. So just that volume back in that same spot. If I enter like that, we never came back down to it. All right, we pushed up halfway there, came back down, sucks, and then went to level. All right, here again we got buying volume. All right, and then we may have selling volume on We got absorption. Yeah, see this yellow one here? Good entry point. All right, let's defend this area. So you got to defend this area. So um, even though VIX, being a son of a gun, does destroy it, but we had strong levels. Buying volume right here, right? 5-minute buying volume is what I need. Okay. I tried basically longs on that day, so I was on the right side, just not doing good. Probably just because price was still setting up. Okay, I took one at 40.21. This is starting to become more of a mental mental remembrance than actually writing. So now, did we have strong volume out of this is the question. I think that's what we were lacking, right? 15 minutes? No. 30 minutes? No, right? Never had a strong volume out of this level. This trade probably shouldn't have been in. I'm gonna go back and double check that other one to see if we had strong buying volume out of it. All right, so okay, so we did get one. We get it on the 1 minute. So I should have been trying to buy more towards the bottom. So this was a little anxious, but I mean, it looked good. Looked like it wanted to go. And I think from there, price did move to 45.28. All right, so we did on that candle. Price was spiking up. We moved a nice 10 points. This is my last one here. Moved a last nice 10 points, and then came back down. And I think that's where price stopped me out at. I entered at 65, so it did get me in a higher point. Entered me way up here. Still went almost 10 points. But I could have did a better execution. Would have been down here at this cluster, right? It's putting a level there, stop loss there. We had an absorption there. A lot was going on that said, hey, this level is being defended, right? This right here, 5.654, and then stop loss down here, and then this is 16 points. It's 18 points. Sorry, 20 points, right? And then we're aiming for these highs up here. Even if I got that 16 point, no, if I was being greedy, 14 points, still would have been good because I would have a lot more than 2-to-1, right? That's a 4-to-1 trade right there. But it had to be that nice spike retest. We did have buying here, so we want price to come right back into this little block. Into this little block right here for my entry. All right. So that's that one there. Okay. That's those two. Let's go to 320 at 11:30 at 11:11. 320 at 11:11. Oh wait. Waiting for it to glow. Waiting for it to load. Alright. So the first thing here, so right, this one here, right? 11:36. I feel like it's an add-on. Yeah. So 11:35. This one felt like a good trade, it seems like. 11:10, and then I add another one right there. So actually it's 11:10, 11:10.26. That was the entry. So I mainly want to know if it was just a buy, absorption, or continuation. That's basically it. So let's go to the 4 hour first. Yeah, we do 4 hour. All right, we do have absorption, right? We got absorption right here. We got absorption right here. All right, so there's probably something right there, like that. All right, and then we'll do the same thing here. Probably something right about right about here. All right, we'll probably go up to as high as that. We'll keep it to where this is. All right. All right, there's something there. All right, so it's absorption. All right, so now let's go to the 1 hour. All right, we got a strong sell and we got absorption, so we got something there. All right, I wasn't paying attention to this one. Let's go back and look at the 4 hour. All right, nothing's there, but we do have an FVG, so we'll mark it. We would have marked it anyways, but I like seeing that we have something there. All right, so we got that right, lining up. All right, back to the, now we'll go to the 1 hour. Okay, so we got selling from the day before, we got absorption here. Now that we're in here, you know, we'll probably have, since we have something around this area, it's matching up. So we're getting absorption, we're getting selling, we're getting some kind of reactivity. Let's go to the 30-minute. All right, price is really shooting down, but we have an absorption on the 30-minute, FVJ on the 30-minute, FVJ on the 30-minute, right? So we do have an absorption on the 30-minute time frame. I'll write that anyways. Alright, that's important. So boom, this is our candle that's fully setting us up on a 15-minute. This is the candle that's setting us up. Alright, this one here. Now you can see that the selling is strong. Both of them, it's not that absorption kind of thing. So the selling is pretty strong, right? It's not the absorption where it needs to be retested. This is like more likely, all right, I'm ready to go. All right, I'm not here to, you know, play around and retest. I'm ready to go, kind of thing. Now does price push up at least 1 point on the 5-minute, on the 15? Sorry, that's the 30-minute. Yeah, let's see. Let's go to the 15-minute. Oh, got absorption here. That one doesn't match. We got something right here, but not enough, right? But we do get somewhat of a sell. Boom, right? So we do get somewhat of a candle, not strong enough. Would have liked this to be better, but not as strong. You know, but we do get something, right? All right, let's go to the 5-minute now, where mostly everything will come into play. All right, so we got this here. It was a strong sell. We had buy, buy, buy. Push out. All right, we got this absorption right here prior. Got this first one here, right? So this is mostly VIX motivated, right? Price came back down and then we sold again right here. So maybe I was looking for something. I'm not sure what I was looking for, but let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's look at the volume. No volume. Okay, yeah, we did get the sell. We got the sell on the 30-minute time frame. Got the sell on the 30-minute time frame. Cool. I'm about to say, man, what was I doing? We got the sell on the 30-minute time frame and on the 15-minute time frame for this one, an absorption. So volume, we got the 30-minute and 15-minute time frame, and then we get absorption on the 30-minute time frame, right? A lot of stuff going on. So we got a little bit of a sell right here. Boom, price is out. So look for retest. Let's go to the 5-minute. Yeah, kind of like this candle here. All right, this is the only one that's fighting. All right, and the thing is that we broke above. So we had buying here that failed. We broke above. There's nothing else, and then price just came back down, and it came back and retested it. And I think that's what I liked right here. All right. So we do have confluence on ES. We do have a retest of a thing area that was broken, and I think I had this a lot lower. I just like this more than likely. All right. Same thing. I like using the wicks. All right. Looks like I probably entered with the body for fit for. I know. I remember waiting for this one to line up. All right. And this one was never coming down to it, but okay. And then let's go to the 1 minute. All right, so we had that. Okay, so we broke out of this trend line. Nice pullback, and then there goes my entry right here. Stop loss was way up here initially. I did readjust it to this right here. So about a 7-point stop loss. Originally it was like a 12-point stop loss, and then I added to it. All right, so this should have been the main entry. The main entry actually came a little later, which was much better, but that was that one. Okay, so now let's move forward. All right, that's time. Okay, I am done. I'm gonna just end this one to wherever I got out of this trade at 11:36:07. 7. All right, we got a nice little pullback. My entry, I believe, was over here. 11:10 was here, right? So we pulled back in, so we never really fully came out. We ended a little deeper here and then stepped out, and then we had like a trend line that was broken right here at 11:15. All right, so that could have been the entry, and then we had another entry here at 11:28. So 11:14 to 15 potential entry, and then another one right here. Right here. All right, so now let's go to the 5 minute, and that was my exit down there, right at 38 and 37. All right, so see that price pushed out. So this was a nice little absorption right here. Probably had a nice little trend line. I like how this one paused. I like how that paused. Look at that. All right, we're trying to mentally prepare for that. Sometimes it's a little hard. And then we started selling. And then that's when I exit the trade, because I said, we got the selling kind of late. Selling should have started a lot earlier. And I think after that, we reversed. Let's go to 12. And then I'm going to stop here. Oh, I was wrong? No, we did reverse, right? No, yeah, right here. So we reversed up. We came back up to the level and then out. So here's the thing, right? So I had said initially price should have just went. We can see that we finally got some like long candles out. This one here was a long candle out, went down and came back. Let's go to the 30 minute. All right. So it's selling. So we did kind of retest right here. got multiple retests actually. All right, let's go to the 15-minute. I've got this little weird thing here. Wouldn't really put a stop loss there. Probably would have been way up here. We do have that buy where I think I wanted to see price stop at 5-minute. We got a nice double top there. Back at that level. Got buying. Got selling. Buying. Come back up. Can't find anything. And then we just sold off a lot. Came back up, retested, and then went down even further. And then 1 minute. Okay. So this one was really contributed to our 30-minute absorption. At the 4-hour absorption at 7 sell here, and there's a lot going on, right? So that's really what helped this one out, because I don't see anything else that was really helping benefit this. I did like this weird absorption right here that caught my attention when I saw that candle. This is 22,000 and everything else before it was low, right? There's a lot of volume here, 22,000, and everything that's 17,000, that's 8,000. You know, this is 22,000, so that one stood out. 7,000, right? That one really stood out. So that was the that I don't want to go, and the price went still searching, and then it got pushed down, and then became my area of protection. So. Alright, so that's it for me for today. I already did over 30 minutes. I'll be back later.